Happy Tuesday, everybody. I'm Amanda Head, the Hollywood Conservative, and this is your Hollywood Minute. So, mainstream media, I do believe, is feeling the final pangs of that awful, horrific sound when a ship sinks, the groaning, the moaning, the squealing, the air pockets that are releasing. That's what I feel like is happening with mainstream media. Tonight, we obviously have the presidential debate between President Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, and that is taking place on ABC, a network that has given nearly 100% positive coverage to Kamala Harris and 90% negative coverage to Donald Trump. But a recent, speaking of, actually, you know what? I'm going to wait on that. Okay, the internet is now ahead of television, traditional television and cable, as the most widespread source of news among the British public for the first time. A use and attitude survey by the UK's government media regulator, the Office of Communication, shows a greater proportion of the public than ever is getting their news online, and that new media has overtaken television for the first time. 71% of the public now gets news online from all sources, from traditional media outlets with online presence to posts on social media. This is up 5 points in 5 years, while television has seen a precipitous fall, going down 10 points to 70% since 2018. Now, I know that that's the UK, but I have no doubt that that's happening here. Traditional news sources, people tuning into, the nightly news, that stuff has gone away. People are not tuning into the ABCs, the CBSs, the CNNs, the MSNBCs, because they just don't trust them anymore. And on that note, here's a shameless plug. I am going to be anchoring Real America's Voices debate simulcast coverage. I think we are starting, my TV show airs from 6 to 7 Eastern, and then I'll have a break from 7 to 8, and then our live coverage of the debate simulcast starts at 8 o'clock, and we're going to go all the way until midnight Eastern. So I think my time, that's 6 to 9. Anyway, all of that to say that more and more people are getting their news and their information from non-traditional, new, modern, outside-the-box sources like Real America's Voice, like Just the News, like some of these other conservative networks out there. So I'm sure that's happening in the UK, especially with the mass migration protests that have been taking place and the uneven policing that has been happening there, and the fact that the BBC has been, it is a paid informational arm of the British government. Same thing with CBC in Canada. CBC? Yeah. That is the status quo for countries like that. And here in the United States, we don't necessarily have that direct line drawn between Democrats and the mainstream media, but everyone knows that mainstream legacy media is basically American Pravda for the Democrat Party. So I am very proud to be a part of the new frontier of alternative media, and I think that is only going to be surging even more as in the next decade or so. I will be very surprised if there are many mainstream media outlets that survive the next decade. All right, everybody, I hope you have a fantastic afternoon. Tune in to Real America's Voice tonight. We are going to have that debate simulcast as well as coverage on the front end and on the back end. So tune in for that. Everybody have a great afternoon. I'll see you tomorrow.